Hey guys, so I decide to do an announcement about to the ceiling fan lovers why I have been focused on why I have not been very focused on ceiling fans and why I've been focused most on Toy Story stuff and not ceiling fans like this. Here's some reasons why. So, number one, I have been getting. Number one is. Let me think of number one. It is criticism. So, or how about have criticism on number two, since I've been coming up with some reasons before that. So reason one is things that happened in transition. So some teachers allowed me to talk about the job teachers, they allowed me to talk about my interest of these, but they were getting impatient, and they even accused me of only talking about ceiling fans. So I tried to tell them that I was talking about some other interests, which is talking to my peers about other interests. They just think and the teachers have been thinking the truth lies in the middle. So their side of the story is that I've been bragging about ceiling fans consistently, and it upset me a little because they didn't even believe that I was talking to my peers about other things, seems like. And so that's the reason number one. The teachers were thinking my peers were getting tired of ceiling fan talk. And number two, which is the criticism. So yeah, I have been criticized by those teachers, and I just don't recall coming across teachers being a hater. I don't recall coming across teachers being hating on me, on my interests like this. But they just got impatient. They just didn't know what I was doing. They didn't hear me talking to my peers about other things until I kind of removed the ceiling fan from the conversation entirely. And they have not been accusing me of consistently talking about ceiling fans since, so that was good. So what kind of criticism from the teachers it was one of them said nobody wants to hear about ceiling fans, and it had a significant impact on me. And it was even worse. It was in front of my peers, and I talked to my peers on text about it, how I felt after that teacher said it. And I'm not saying her name, but I just hope she doesn't see the video, but she will. If she does, she would appreciate me not saying her name. But so after that criticism, that's when I started a shutdown. That's when I had a shutdown about ceiling fans. I was shut down about it. That's why I haven't been filming ceiling fans as much as Toy Story stuff. So I have reason why I'm here to announce now, since all this has been a few months ago, is because I am now graduated from the transition program. And so, and that's like when I was nearing graduation, that's when I was planning, like whenever I was nearing the end of the school year, that's when I thought about making a video on me, why I have not been filming ceiling fans a lot. It's all because of a shutdown, because I don't recall teachers being quite that strenuous and critical. So this is why I had a shutdown. And I'm gonna let you know, the teacher those teachers weren't trying to be mean, but they were just trying to help. And one of them just said it the wrong way, but others said something that was more suitable for my emotions, saying, like whenever I told her, I feel like what that teacher's saying is not true. There's lots of people in the world who like ceiling fans. And then she said, well, here's the thing, at school it's just not appropriate. It's just too much. And it had a lot less impact on me. But still, it didn't make me feel better from what that teacher said to me, saying nobody wants to hear about ceiling fans. How this happened is I was showing a picture of my living room of an air vent to one of my friends, and that's when that teacher went, is this about ceiling fans? And I said no, and she said, I don't think so. And a couple minutes later, I raised my hand and told her that I don't like when she interferes with my social talk. It's just crazy that teachers just like, and those aren't the first teachers that criticized me like this. Back in elementary school, I came across teachers that hate on my interests, saying we're not talking about that right now, blah blah blah, but I don't feel like, too lazy to say about it. But also, if you think about it, when someone hates on you, it's usually because they're unhappy in their own lives. It has nothing to do with you. So just don't take this crap personal. Every now and then you'll run into someone that hated on your interests. And hopefully, and don't even think about making fun of me. And I'm not stupid, and because you shouldn't accuse people of annoying their peers about their interests, because because that talk has not been as consistent. That's why I was upset at those teachers saying how sick and tired they were about ceiling fans. It's just not nice to say something like this. Just keep it to yourself. This is why, because one thing I do not tolerate is hateful comments. So yeah, this is why I had a shutdown. I told my parents about it and saying that I think I went straight into a depression, and it sounds like they said that it sounds more like I got my feelings hurt, but hell yeah, my feelings were hurt. But here's the thing, those teachers were just trying to help, and they can just say things the wrong way. And here's the reveal. Actually, she meant that no one in the classroom wants to hear about it. It's just kind of hard to accept that that most people don't get the interests you have. Like, it's just hard to accept that. That's why I show my interest. I'm not forcing them into my interest. I'm just showing my interest. So I've graduated, and that's when I'm bam back to this. But it's actually I expected to go back interested in that stuff, where I just go bang, alright, I'm back in the ceiling fan interest. I'm still in the Toy Story interest, but it's actually taking some time to go back up to the interest. So I hope I'm not alone, but it's likely that I'm not. I've read replies saying, my stepmother and dad tend to hate on my interests. So, but in school, in the job school, like in that program, at least I didn't get bullied about ceiling fans. That's even worse. Like, someone could bully you for your interests. So I guess criticism from teachers is better than getting bullied. But I hope, and if you guys have had something negative about ceiling fans that happened, tell me in the comments, because I would love to hear from you, so I could know that others have experienced that too. Thank you for watching, and peace, guys. See you with ceiling fan videos now.